Hi, Happy New Year. I just wanted to make a video to make things clear to you guys in case you have any questions about what you guys need to do. So the first thing that you guys need to do is you need to sign in to your Google Classroom, because all the information that you're going to need, all the material you're going to need is going to be on your Google Classroom. So on the whiteboard behind me, based off of what period you're in, you're going to go to your period and you're going to join Google Classroom for environmental science. You're going to be getting a bright green bell work for this week. Monday there is no school, so make sure you write no school, and then you're going to start with Tuesday. And then you all are going to be getting this weather versus climate packet that is expected to be hopefully finished by the end of the week. You're going to have all week to work on this, and all the information that you need on this is going to be on Google Classroom. So let's go first to our bell work. So your bell work is also available on Google Classroom, and the sub is going to post the bell work up for the day and discuss it. So the first question is, what day this week has the highest chance of precipitation? And this is actual data from this week in Boise. And you're going to figure out which day this week has the highest chance of precipitation. And then at what temperature in Fahrenheit will rain change to snow? So that's really important to know. The next bell work is, why is the climate in Idaho City, Idaho different than the climate in Boise? You're going to be talking about that. You can give other examples. One example here is talking about Phoenix and Flagstaff, Arizona. So I don't know if you guys know this, but where I went to school in Flagstaff gets 108 inches of snow a year, but it's Arizona. So when people drive through there, they don't realize that there's going to be snowy conditions. And here is the weather differences between Phoenix this week and Flagstaff this week. It's a pretty significant difference. Bell work for Thursday. What are two things that can cause different climates? Describe how this happens with each one. Here is an example in the picture. And then what is the difference between weather and climate? There's a video here that I want you to watch during class. There's also a video in the last slide. I just didn't want to show the answer or anything like that, but there's when you click, there's going to be a link to a video that I also want you to watch in class. So as far as what you guys are going to be working on the majority of the week is this weather and climate booklet. So all the answers are in Google Classroom, where it says weather climate booklet. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your blank packet, and you are going to fill out all of the blanks with the information that you see on each of these slides. So you have information about what's weather versus climate, what determines climate. So these are the answers to some of those bell work questions. What are greenhouse gases? What is the definition of greenhouse gas? What is the greenhouse effect? What are proxy records, which we're going to go into more detail later? What is the albedo effect? What are positive and negative feedback loops that have to do with climate and weather? And then what are the overall global effects on climate change? And so all of these things we're going to be talking about in more detail. And some of these things you guys have heard in the news, like in the weather, when people are talking about what's happening outside, when people are choosing in the summertime what color shirt they should wear because they're going to be working outside. That has to do with albedo. And so be mindful of what colors you're choosing when you're coloring this. Don't forget all of the classroom supplies, like the markers and colored pencils and stuff like that, are in the back of the class. Make sure that you are responsible and put everything away at the end of the class period. If you have any questions, there's going to be a quiz at the end of the week. It'll be posted, and you are allowed to use this during the quiz. But you need to make sure that you're on task and that you're getting your work done. And that way, when I come back next Monday, that we can just go and like start talking more about weather and climate and like details about like why is it a big deal that we keep on talking about global warming and climate change. So if you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'm going to be around. I'm just a little bit sore from my surgery that I had, but like I totally can answer your questions if you have questions. Anyways, if you can find some cool instructional videos about any of these topics that we could use in class, those could be like extra credit. So if like find a YouTube video or whatever that has to do with what we're talking about. And have a great week.